getting a lot of comments about investing. Investing, hey Glendon, I am surprised that, where you are, you're not into investments and cryptocurrency and all this other stuff. And essentially, I don't want to come off as sounding mean or egotistical, but if you're not making as much money as I am, I'm not going to listen to you. Facts. So I got someone, who has an investment portfolio of $500,000, and he was going on and on and on and on about how his portfolio went up this year. He had all these gains. And I asked him a question. I said, how much of that cash can you use right now? He said, what do you mean? It's for the future. It's for my retirement. I was like, I understand that. But call me insensitive if you want to, but even with your gains, you haven't made as much money as I have in a month. So what are you talking about? And, I'm just looking because the more I research investments, and investments, don't get me wrong, investments can be good. Investments should be a supplement. And I plan on investing a little later. Not right now. Once again, I bring receipts. A lot of people come here on YouTube and they talk that talk and they talk that stuff, and they will not show you a receipt. They will not show you how much money they're making. They will not show you an ATM receipt. They will not show you nothing. So start asking these people. It's like, hey, if what you say is so good, could you bring a few receipts? Could you bring a few receipts? Because I just showed you what my company has paid me these last 3 months. Now, here's the thing. They ain't all of it. There's still plenty of money in the corporate accounts. That's just what I'm taking out as my salary and a few other ways I get money out of the company to save on my taxes. So what I'm going to do is take this $150,000 and invest it in a business I've never done before to show you proof positive of my thesis. And what is my thesis? Once again, from the top, if you are in income zone number 1, the danger zone of $50,000 less than a year, you're better off starting a small business that makes $1,500 per month, which is $375 per week. We're not talking earth-shattering numbers. So you have a job, your wife have a job, together y'all make $65,000. By adding this business of making $18,000 a year, you're going to dramatically increase your income, you're dramatically going to increase your life, and you're going to put yourself in position to be an investor of significance. Because here's a fun fact. I did the research. The average portfolio size of someone 60 years old is like $210,000. That's what I have in my garage. Those are the assets, those cars in my garage are worth $200,000. So in my garage, not counting the house, not counting the cash in the bank, not counting the company, just the cars, I'm on par with the average 60-year-old who's been investing in the stock market for decades. So, I'm about to go ahead and start acting up. I'm about to get a little rowdy because I posted a screenshot of someone who was talking about his dividend portfolio of $275,000 made income of $5,000. And it's a discussion that's going on Savage Finance in the comment section. And, there are people talking about you can get 10. I have done a lot of research, and I have not seen anywhere that you can consistently get dividend income consistently and safely at 10 or 13%. The highest I've seen is 5%. 5% dividends, and those are kind of rare. Consistently, that's what I have seen. So I don't know about this 10 and 13% dividends, because the higher the dividend, the higher the risk. The higher the risk. So what I'm going to do is take this $150,000 and, I was supposed to be doing a Turo business. Well, Turo's app, for some reason, has restricted me, has said that you're persona non grata. We don't want you. You cannot use our app. You cannot book cars. You cannot lease cars. So I am going to do something else. I am going to start a buy here, pay here business. Never done it before, so I got to get my dealer's license. I got to set up the LLC. I got to set up the business credit. So I got a lot of work to do. This is probably not going to be open until May, because it's going to take me all of April. I don't know. I've got to get my dealer's license. I've got to find a spot. So I'm going to be documenting that journey, because I feel that $150,000 in a buy here, pay here car lot is going to yield me more money than crypto. It's going to yield me more money than stocks. And, essentially, let me go ahead and tell you my investment plan. I want to raise my income where I can put $3 to $4 million down on the apartment complex. And that one investment is going to, even with servicing debt, I should be netting out at $400,000, $500,000 a year if my numbers are correct and if I get the right property and I get the right situation. So this is one of the things that's not going to be my investments, because essentially, as I heard someone say it, if it doesn't make you any income, it's not an investment. And for all of you people, it's like, oh, my stock portfolio, until you actually get money from your stock portfolio. And this is kind of one of my big issues with stocks. You have to sell them to get your money, which means you no longer have the asset. And this is where a business is head and shoulders above a stock portfolio or above a crypto portfolio. Because what I have seen, based upon my research, I am seeing people lose their minds over peanuts. Literally peanuts. $5,000 on a $270,000. That, and I understand he's just building it, and but here's something else too. I have not seen any of these YouTubers with $1 million portfolio. Not one. Not one. And essentially, you're going to need a $1.5 to $3 million portfolio to throw off. Literally, I think in dividend stock, you're going to need $3 million to pay $150,000 a year. $3 million. So at $150 per year, it's going to take you 30 years for your dividend stock portfolio to pay for itself and then become a cash cow. I can see if you start setting up your kids like this, like you set up a dividend stock portfolio for your children, and then by the time they're in their 40s, it's up to 3 or 4 million. It's spending off some serious cash. I can see that. But just for yourself, once again, I'm about to go into my thesis. We're going to talk about it live. We're going to have a little chit chat about it. I'm really excited because it's going to pull me back into my element of business, sales, and marketing. I'm going to have to pull out all my little skills that I haven't been using in this YouTube world. So we're going to chat about that as I go ahead and get that together. And as we, because if you're in the art of holding or the corporate citizen, you're going to get all the behind the scenes sauce. You're going to get all this stuff from me. I'm probably going to use the Mac Daddy Trades LLC that's already set up. I got to go out and get the corporate banking, and I will do a thorough explanation of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing, and as I set this business up. And it's going to be very, very interesting, because who here on YouTube is like, hey, you can go do this business? How many folks are actually starting a business from scratch that they never started to prove their thesis? How many folks are doing that? How many folks? So let's go ahead and get this live stream kicked off. Let's have some fun. Let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. See you in a minute. All right. What is going on, people? What is going on? All right. So this is going to be an announcement. Since I decided to do this, I am not raising the price of the Art of Holding until the end of the month. At the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of stuff there at the Art of Holding, and this is going to give people more time to get in, so you can get on the payment plan or you can do the one and done. So once again, the Art of Holding pricing isn't going up until the end of April. And this isn't an April Fool's joke. This isn't an April Fool's joke, because part of this is going to be good. This is going to be good because let me go ahead and explain what happened, the situation. Like with Toro, for some reason, I am banned. I am persona non grata. And, you know, I'm not, when I'm just sitting there like, I've done nothing wrong and I can't get into this app, which kind of tourists on your OnlyFans. That's funny. You know, it's just kind of left a little bad taste in my mouth. So, and also I feel that this business is going to be more profitable. So I'm going to give more people the chance, because this is what I'm going to have. I'm going to document, because today is Thursday, so we really can't do a lot today. But next week, once again, what we're going to do is the Fast Business Boot Camp. That's going to go on tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, all the way until next Friday. Then I will take that weekend off. I don't want to just start it on 1 day, 2 days, then take a weekend off. I just want to really, really get this started. So tomorrow at 3 p.m., there will be another session. And, you know, if you want it, you need to get in before 1:30. Because I'm going to put together a better session tomorrow. So I got a lot of people on me about, I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of people on me about this investing stuff. And based upon my research, business owners make more money than investors. And I have all these people, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, who don't make the money I'm making, telling me that I should be in investing. I'm not going to listen to you if you're making less money than me. I'm just sitting there like, you know, a lion doesn't listen to a fish about swimming. You know, it don't work out like that. So yeah, it's crazy. So, oh yeah, because essentially everyone is, I call this the stock market marketing department. Right now, a lot of people are trying to get in the stock market, but based upon my research, once again, my research, I have just as much money in my garage with these two vehicles that the average 60-year-old has in their brokerage account. Someone that had been investing for decades. So we're getting ready to crank this up. Coastal Designer, thanks for the $20 super chat. So we about to get rowdy up in here. I'm about to go back to my roots, because at first I got to get my dealer's license. There's a guy online that teaches a course, so I got to get in this course, and then I got to find out what I'm going to need to get my dealer's license. And then I got to find the location. I've noticed that some places use a warehouse, but we will see, because essentially my $150,000 can get me 75 cars, which, you know, it's a full lot. It's a full lot. So I feel we will see. We will see how this goes, because I may put some more money in it. Just depends on how it's going, because if it's really flowing, I will add more money to it. because I'm excited about this, because this is something that I can build up. This is something I can sell. This is something, and no one on YouTube is doing this. There was, people talking about flipping cars, but in most states, unless you have a dealer's license, you can only flip a handful of cars and you're done. And they will get you at the registration office. He always says you need something to continually generate money from somewhere. Pretty much. Oh, I'm getting my dealer's license so I can go to auctions. My first few vehicles, they're coming from the auction. I'm going to sit down, create a template, because one of the reasons I feel that the buy here, pay here lot's going to do well is 2020. A lot of people's credit got trashed. It got trashed. So they're not going to be in the position to finance anything, and people are still going to need cars. Oh yeah, it is. Because essentially I got all these folks on me about investing. And like over at Savage Finance, we're having a conversation. There's a guy, his name is Bruce Wayne. He has a dividend stock portfolio. He's got 272,000 in there, and he only made $5,000 income. What I know about a business, you could start an eBay business, okay? You can start an eBay business for $1,000 to $1,500, okay? And you can make $18,000 to $20,000 your first year. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I understand that Bruce Wayne is doing real estate investing, but see, I feel, and this is one of the reasons that I am doing this, is there needs to be a business marketing department. There needs to be a business marketing department. There needs to be illustration and education on business here on YouTube. Right now, there is a lot of hustle stuff. There's a lot of scammy stuff. They don't show no steps, man. They don't show no steps. They don't show no receipts. Oh yeah, that's the whole point, man. That's the whole point. That's the point. We will see, man. We will see, because I just feel that the market is going to be really hot for this for the next 5 years because of what happened this year. I think it is. Well, David, this is going to be, and this is why you want to be an art of holding, because I'm going to actually build business credit, because essentially the only thing that has business credit for my business right now is the parent company. But since this business is going to be, let me go ahead and give you my plan. I got $150,000, right? So what I'm going to do is take $125,000 of that and get a Wells Fargo secured credit card. And it's going to be a Mac Daddy Trades. And I'm going to get $100,000 secured line of credit, which should unsecure within a year. And what I'm going to do is buy cars with this line of credit and pay it back with the profits of that business and build that line of credit. So I'm not going to take any money out of this business for a year or two. So the first year, all of the money that comes in the business goes back in the business to build up the business. It's gone. That's going to help me, Goddess Noel, because I know I actually have almost a decade of bidding experience. Plus, once again, I know when to keep bidding. And I know when to let some stuff go. And also, I'm going to have a theme for my dealership. I'm not just going to buy any and everything. There's certain type of cars that will do really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have a shopping list of things. Tim A, I picked Turo because I thought it would be good until I went ahead and tried to get on and they didn't, I thought it was going to work out. I thought it was going to be a good deal, but now I think that this business will be way more profitable than Turo. So I'm going to go with it. And part of the reason I wanted to pick Turo is Turo videos do really well on YouTube, and I need to get something hot to get the viewership up. But since that ain't happening, in my second year lawn care, I need to hire 2 people. No one wants to work. About God's gift, I got one employee that's pretty good, and I got to get some more people because I'm not going to try to do this by myself. So that's going to be an interesting part of it. Oh, you worked at Bishop Brothers on Metropolitan, aka Stewart Avenue? Is that location still there? Because I got to find, I know when they used to sell cars, there's a dealer's auction in Noonan. There's one. So that's funny. You worked at Bishop Brothers? Man, that's crazy. Nope, you can't file a dispute. Because essentially, once these apps decide that you cannot get on their platform, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Stripe is the same way. Turo's the same way. And I checked out some of the other car rental apps, and they don't seem to be banging the way that Turo's banging. Because essentially, people could put cars on there and get instant action. So that's why I'm not going. I'm just going to go ahead. I got to find a location. Well, first I already have the LLC structure. So then I got to go open up the business banking. I'm going to use Wells Fargo for the checking because I got to open up an operating account. I got to open up an expense account. I got to open up a merchant account. I got to get a merchant account for this business. So I got to do that because people will be using credit cards. And I got to get the merchant account. There's going to be an operating account, an expense account, a merchant account, a payroll account, because I'm going to have employees. So there's a whole lot to do. I don't really know anything about those businesses, like a skating ring. That's going to be something that you got to sink a lot of money into because you got to build out the skating ring. But I don't know. You got to do some research on that. But I just feel that a lot of people are going to need cars. And also, this is something else that we're going to do is credit education because these people have bad credit. So we're going to have, I got to find out what I have to do to be able to report payments to the credit bureau. I got to find out how expensive that is. I plan on buying 75 cars all at once. So I guess that would be buying in bulk. Because I'm going to, once I figure out where I'm going to put them, once I get the lot and stuff, I got to fill up the lot. I got to have, I'm going to have some cars. So I got enough money to get 75 cars. I got enough money to rent the building, to spend the money because I got to get the interface that goes with the Georgia Department of Registration. Because when you get your dealer's tag, there's something that they print up. I got to get all that. I got to get all that equipment. I got a lot to do. Yeah, I am a dealership. I'm starting up a dealership. This is not going to be a hustle. This is going to be a full-fledged business. This is not going to be a hustle. I know that a lot of people on YouTube want to flip cars, and you can flip up to like 6 per year. But my goal is to sell 25 to 30 cars per month.
So that's one of the things. And Toro is out. Now, here's another thing. Maybe in 2 years of this business, I might get a proxy, because I could have went out and found someone that can get on the Toro app and just run the cars through them and just set up a contract where I would pay you like, you know, $500 a month to use your name or something like that. I could do that, but you know, that may, like, part of the thing is this whole thing with me being restricted, and I've never used the app, I've not done anything. That right there kind of worries me, because let's say I go out and buy 30 cars for the Toro app, right? And then they just cut me off and I got these 30 cars out here, you know? I don't know. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. Yes, we got to solve these problems. Yeah, because essentially it's going to be a buy here, pay here car lot. And then I'm going to use the money from that to buy nicer cars in year 2. Year 1 and 2 is going to be 2,000 cars I can get for $2,000. And then like when they come in and they're like, hey, how much I have to put down? You have to put down $2,000. And then I make my money off the monthly payments. So I don't particularly, you know, if someone, you know, there's a lot I got to do. Oh, Manheim Auto Auction is massive. They're in Georgia. They're in Tennessee that I know of. I don't know where else. Buy here, pay here is high margin. We will see. And I'll be documenting this business here on YouTube. Well, that was, you know, it's strange that you mentioned trucks, because once I get rolling, because I'm gonna go with the cars, I may start renting trucks. You know, once again, I got to, because buying trucks, used trucks, is way more expensive than buying cars. But, you know, we're going to be talking about this here on YouTube. And if the people in the corporate toolbox and the art of holding, they're going to get all of the juicy details. They're going to get the numbers. They're going to get all that. So one of the things, because I just feel that there's going to be a huge market for buy here, pay here, because a lot of people's credit is trashed right now. So we will see. And we're going to get that going. My goal is to get it up and running so I can start selling in May. So, and you know, I'm going to prove my thesis, because if I took that 150,000 and put it into the stock market, right, that would give me a 6-figure portfolio, which someone put a good, interesting comment that people are just doing these portfolios so they can say they have a 6-figure portfolio. But to my knowledge, and I think Our Rich Journey is the only one on YouTube that has like a 7-figure portfolio. I think they have like 2.5 million, and it took them 8 years to build. But other than them, I've not seen one of these dividend stock guys with a 7-figure portfolio, which is only going to be 38,000, maybe 50,000. So if I can take 150,000 and when it's all said and done, once all expenses are accounted for, salaries are paid, taxes are paid, and I can come out with a $300,000 to $400,000 profit in 1 year, that's better than investing. That's way better than investing. So we're going to see. Manham has been around for a while in Rivera. I don't really know about a pawn shop. I really don't know. I have no clue about a pawn shop. I don't know. Mannheim is nationwide, and my teens have worked at the Mannheim auction upstate New York. All right. They've been around for a long. Mannheim has been around. Let me see. When were they founded? Mannheim, Jake Rule, the founder of Mannheim, served as Mannheim Auctions has been around since 1945. So this is a family business. I pretty much guarantee you it's a family business. Pretty much, Helmet Chill. Yeah, because essentially I got all these folks on me about like, man, you should be in stocks. You should be in stocks. And based upon my research, the 1% owns 84% of stocks. The 1%, they own 84% of the stock market. And the other 47% of Americans are not invested in the stock market at all. And of the people who are invested in the stock market, 90% don't have a significant stake. I mean, I don't see what all the noise is about. I think Mannheim is nationwide. Well, you know, this is, as we, like I said, I've never done this before, but I do have auction experience. And I think that's going to be really critical because I know when to let some go, because sometimes you can bid yourself into a hole. I was in the military at 21. I was in the United States Army. So I feel that this is going to be a really good experiment. Mannheim, Auto Trader, Cox Enterprises. Oh, Cox is a lot of money. Yep, I got to go ahead and get me. I got a lot of stuff to do because essentially what I need to put into each car is a GPS and a kill switch. Because essentially, you know, if you don't make your payment, I can just turn your car off. I'm going to do this by myself. I'm not trying to bring on a partner. Because essentially, at this point in the game, if I had a partner, they would have to come to the table with a lot of money. They would have to come to the table with more money than I'm coming up with, or it just doesn't make any sense. Nope, they just gave me a boilerplate response. They didn't give me no details. But this could be a blessing in disguise, you know, because essentially I feel, because I was looking at Toro and there was a guy on YouTube, he was giving out some good information. He had 15 cars and he spent $89,000 for those 15 cars. And he was doing about $8,000 a month. I feel that once I get this thing rolling, let's say month 6, because like if I could push 25 cars a month, let's see, with my plan, 25 cars a month times 6, 150 times 350. Yeah, around month 6, we'll be cooking with some gas. we will be cooking with gas, you know. So we will see. This is what I'm going to do because, you know, a lot of people here on YouTube, they talk, but they're not really illustrative of a process that's going to help people. Yeah, because, you know, I feel that once I get into this, and also this is going to be fun because once I, you know, like I spend 2 to 3 years building this business, this opens up the door because let's say I do this business for 3 years. That gives me the money to open up a Highline dealership because a lot of people want to go straight to Highline. They want to sell the Porsches, they want to sell the Lambos, and based upon my research, you need some deep pockets to open up a Highline dealership, because you're going to have a $4 to $6 million inventory that's going to turn. Because see, with these cars, they're going to turn. They're going to turn. They're going to turn. I could turn these cars weekly. Whereas if I had a Lambo for sale, it may take 2, 3, 4, 5 months to sell that Lambo. So, you know, you're going to get a quicker turn. I don't know what's going on with Toro, but hey, I feel that this is a blessing in disguise, because, you know, I want to show you guys what having money is going to do, because like everyone, you know, so much of the content here on YouTube is how to start a business with no money. And I'm going to show you how to start a business with money and scale it up very quickly. Hey. That's funny. So we'll be talking about this, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun experiment, because honestly, the way that I'm heading, I'm going to have like $600,000 in my personal checking account just chilling. And essentially, because I got one cash flow business, I don't have to save a lot of money, because I got money in my corporate accounts. I got money. I literally got money all over the place. And that's a good thing to have. So essentially, I'm just going to take my paycheck and just put it in this business for this next year. Because, I mean, I really don't spend a lot of money. I mean, because the house is handled by the corporation. So my personal spend is pretty much nothing. I mean, so I could just take this money, put it to good use, open up another business. And this is also going to give me some protection, because this is a business that I can run off of YouTube. This is a business I can scale off of YouTube, because essentially, like right now, things are really good with YouTube. They're really, really good. But who's to say what's, you know, I mean, who's to say what's going to be like next year? So this is going to be like an insurance policy, because if I do it correctly, because I've been crunching numbers all day, if in year 5 I have 1,000 cars out on payments, you know, 5 years, it takes me 5 years to get to that level. That's $350,000 a month. It's $350,000 a month. Oh, that's why it's going to be buy here, pay here, because essentially the down payment is going to cover what I've got in the car. So even if they don't pay, I have to repo it. I mean, it's kind of wild, because essentially I was going to do something similar in the storage auction business. I was going to sell washer and dryers on payment plans, but then we ran into an issue of getting them. Flipping Wheels has a dealership course. Who's Flipping Wheels? I have to check that out. I don't really know. That kind of came up starting because that does make sense. That does make sense to start a separate YouTube channel talking about cars, the car businesses and stuff. That would make sense. So that might happen. That may happen, because essentially that's a whole nother category that gives me a lot of flexibility, because, like, you know, it gives me a lot of options. Because let's say 2 years down the road, I've got the dealership up, I got a bunch of cars, I'm making money. And then if I wanted to get a proxy, I can just get someone, probably the chick I'm dating, That's who I would use. It would be someone that I would have a really good relationship with. So the chick that I'm dating, and I would do it in her name and then build it out that way. So Eddie, you're not looking in the right place. There's 2 courses that's done, and the Fast Start Boot Camp started today. So there will be some information. I got to work on that tomorrow. A business trust. Like, let me give you an example. Like, here's my plan with the trust. Because essentially, I see this business being really, really profitable. And this may help me get that apartment complex quicker. Because I have the YouTube business. I mean, frankly, I can live off the YouTube money pretty easy. YouTube money is like $5,000 to $9,000 per month. I could live off, let's just say it was consistently 5,000. That's 6. I could live off that. I could live off that easy because I don't have no bills. I don't have no bills. I mean, I could live off the YouTube money and then take all of my business money and just invest it in other businesses like the apartment complex, the car dealership, and just grow those things. So I'm in a really good position. You know, guys, that's kind of funny because it was the same thing with the storage auctioneers. If they knew you, like, they would look out for you. So that is really interesting because this is a whole new culture. This is a whole new business. Flying Wheels. All right, I'll have to check him out. Because essentially what I'm looking at, because, you know, I got to rent a lot. And what I'm looking at, I want a lot with an office and a shop. So put us on the game with no bills. It took me a while to get here. So we will see, because I'm pretty excited. So I got a lot of stuff to do, and this will be part of the corporate toolbox. This will be part of Art of Holding. I will hold nothing back, and I will, you know, like how to start a business with some money, because I'm not going to go into this with no money, and I don't have to take out a loan. You know, essentially, fun fact. When I bought the X5 before this one, I put it in the name of Mac Daddy Media, and the guy who was selling the car, he wasn't really familiar with businesses, and he put it in the business name and my name, which was kind of whack. Oh yeah, because essentially, I got enough. Because essentially, if I wanted to, I could put $600,000 in this business. And if it, you know, it just depends on how it goes. Just depends on how it goes. Because the big issue is going to be finding the location. That's going to be a big issue because some dealers have used warehouses, and due to the state of Georgia, you can't have too much gas in the cars because it's in the warehouse. So there's a lot I got to learn. So I'm going to be showing people how to start a business off, you know, because essentially I will be getting into how to do the online stuff as well as the offline stuff. But I really look at this as this is going to be cool because it's going to put me into a really good situation from a financial standpoint. That's probably going to be May when I'll be doing that. It just depends. I don't know. I don't know if Grant. I don't think Grant sells cars. I think Grant sells courses, and he does a real estate thing. Because, like, I want you to understand, if this thing takes off the way that I anticipate it will, because, like I said, I have the luxury of being able to invest a lot of money in this business, and I don't need that money to live because I don't have no bills. You know, the stuff that I teach you guys in the money management course for civilians, the money management course for corporate citizens. This is the results, because essentially what I want to prove to all of these folks who are like, man, you know, I got people who are like in competition, who are like, yeah, man, I'm gonna retire at 40. And you know, I got a question to you people who feel that, because see, my retirement is going to be, I'm going to have Porsches. I'm going to be living in the mansion. That's going to be my retirement. I don't know what your retirement is going to be like. I don't want a reduced standard of living for my retirement. And I know what I got to do to get to the standard, because like essentially when I'm like retire, I want to retire with a minimum of 500,000 a year. Retire like, hey, I'm out. I'm just chilling, hanging around the house, cooking some steaks, going to the beach, taking trips. I want to be retired with 500,000. And essentially with my spending patterns, that's more than enough money for me to retire. He started as a used car salesman. Oh, Alex, definitely. And also, I'm going to have a component to this that this is something, I don't know if any of y'all ever walked into a buy here, pay here. I have not. But I really will guarantee you that none of them have credit repair services on site. So probably what I'm going to partner with, because I'm not going to do it, because one of the things I've learned is I need to find someone who's going to fix these people's credit, because I'm going to offer, like, it'll be like $50 a month credit repair. We'll repair your credit. We'll teach you how to do it yourself or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out. So essentially that you will not have to come back to a buy here, pay here lot. So we're going to help people level up and fix their credit, because essentially, you know, we're going to have credit courses. And once I figure out what I need to do to be able to report to the credit bureau that they're making their payments on time, I don't know. I got so much research to do. Those stimulus checks, I think the stimulus checks are gone now. I think the people who were doing the stimulus checks, the stimulus check boogie, I think the stimulus check boogie is over. So we will see. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun experiment. Because, you know, like I said, I know I can rent a warehouse pretty easily, but I don't know if I want to rent a warehouse. And, you know, I've did a quick check today because I figure I got to drive around to find a lot. Because I think my best option is going to be Buford Highway. I think that's going to be my best option because it's close, because I can get to Buford Highway in like 15 minutes. I don't want to be like an hour away where my lot is an hour away. I don't want that. So I'm going to walk you through the whole dealer process. I'm going to walk you through, like I said, I already got the LLC stuff on lock. I already got an LLC because I'm going to use Mac Daddy Trades, and I'm going to, you know, start that business to, and I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that because I may have to create another LLC, and I may just name it Mac Daddy Autos. I don't know. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this because I gotta do some research because I got a lot. Because essentially it's going to be, because essentially there's a certain type of car that I'm going to buy. I'm just like, because I got to look at, like, when I leave my neighborhood and I go to Clayton County, I go to Fulton County, the cars change. Like, I went to this new spot that opened up in the pandemic. Once again, the power of this neighborhood. The place was packed. All I saw was Range Rovers, Mercedes, Porsches. I saw a Ferrari. I saw the Rolls Royce Cullinan just in the shopping center when I was eating lunch. So I got to target my vehicle purchases to a certain demographic. So we will see. We will see. Well, that's something else because I got to hire someone because essentially I don't want to be doing it because I'm going to hire someone out the gate to. I got to write a list of stuff I got to do, but this is going to be a busy month. It's going to be an exciting month because I can show you guys the start of a business and all of the steps and the processes through it. So I got to sit down and think about it. And I got some more business content that's going to be coming to you guys here on YouTube this weekend. Let's see, tomorrow that's going to be on Savage. And then I got to take the drone up and do some stuff. It's the stimmy. It's the stimmy. I mean, a lot of people have been doing a lot of things with the stimulus money, so we will see. But I think this is going to be a good project. And I kind of look at it as with Toro saying, hey, you can't do this. I think that's going to turn into a blessing because the profit margins on this, because where I can be in 6 months with this business is significantly more profitable than where I can be with Toro. Hands down. So we will see. We will see. Because I got to hire some people because to buy these cars at an auction. I got to get them back to the lot. So I'm looking at probably 3 employees, a few part-time people. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I got to do. I already got 1 employee, and I'm going to teach her how to fix credit. That's what I'm going to teach her how to do. I'm going to teach her how to fix credit. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting because, and this may be, I may start 2 businesses, but I'm going to spend the next 6 months getting this one up and running. And the marketing is going to be big. I don't know how much it costs. Like, can we even do Car Gurus? Because I know that there's a cost to putting these cars on these websites. Let's see. Let's see. So we will see. Okay. There are some older Chevys on there. So we got to see. I got to learn where to put these cars. I got to learn how to advertise them. Toro is a middleman. Yeah, $2,000 a month, $2,000 per car. That's going to be the first round. I'm not trying to do Highline. I know who I'm going to be dealing with, and essentially the goal is to get to 300 cars on the road on payment plans the first year. Just seeing a lot of Booger Wolves and Sugar Baby with that money. Those stimmies are a joke. Never got one. I didn't get a stimulus check either. I didn't get no. I got an EDIL loan. I got that. No, I can't use that for anything else other than payroll or some other stuff. But essentially, yeah, this is going to be a fun project. because I'm going to show you what it's like to start a business with some money, to actually start a business with the money. And I'm going to use that money to create a business credit profile, because the best time to start working on your business credit is when you don't need it. So I will be working on the business credit. That's going to be one of the first things I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Wells Fargo business credit card. I'm going to do the Wells Fargo secured line of credit. That's going to be $125,000. And then I'm going to, let's see, I have a lot of options here, but I'm going to use that as get that stuff going and start building that relationship with Wells Fargo. And I'll talk about that process. So there's a lot that we're going to do. There's a whole bunch we can do. But if you want to see this process, the behind the scenes process and all this other stuff, go ahead and get in the Art of Holding. The price is not going to go up until the end of April. Give me some time, because this is going to be a whole month on the Fast Start Boot Camp that's going to be there. And then we're going to do the Fast Start Business Boot Camp in May. So you got time to get in. Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is going to be fun, because this business is a lot more doable than, like, say, trucking. Because if I wanted to get in trucking, if I bought, let's see, 25, 30,000, I have enough money where I could buy 5 trucks and trailers. And I had an interesting consult with someone who was a trucker, and he was telling me how a lot of this stuff isn't going to work with this passive income for trucking. He said it ain't going to work. And, very interesting conversation. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Just letting you know what's going to go on. We're getting ready to prove my thesis. We're getting ready to put it in action. We're getting ready to put some money on it. So I got some more research to do tonight. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., we're going to have the second training session. Once again, tomorrow at 3 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m., Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the art of, because essentially the first week is mindset. These people who come after me half cocked because I would put out a thesis, and I had someone just tell me I didn't know what I was talking about because this guy paid cash for this house. And I mean, it's proof positive in the video. Yeah, trucking is definitely not passive. So we will see. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, because we're going to do some more of these lives. Lives are going to get very, very interesting. So everyone have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.